Good morning everyone, I'm Nesbit and you are the people of Skyrim. I hope you're all doing well today. It's another fine day here in the UK, which is nice. Don't generally talk about the weather, it's a bit boring, but when it's nice here and we've had a sunny spell, it makes a big difference. We generally get a lot of cloud and rain, not as much as Ireland of course, but generally our summers tend to be more like spring in some ways, or a lot of the time. But anyway, that's neither here or there really. Okay, let's get on with this. I'm in Dover Halls now, and I created a new character, as you saw, with alternate start. And I'm just gearing up for this full playthrough of the enemy of my enemy. And again, as I explained in the other video, this is a pilot quest, if you like, to, well, it's obvious really. It says, you see it in the story, to what's to come at the end of 2020 or around there. I can't say exactly when. You never know what problems you might come across or how long it might take. But I like to keep things practical and simple in my builds and not too complicated. Even the houses, I like simplicity. I don't like too much clutter and all the rest of it. So, and I tend to apply that practice to my builds as best I can, because then obviously it can save on complications later. But anyway, this is the first way you can start the enemy of my enemy, and that's the dead Thalmor here, next to the Guardian Stones. And he carries a diary and a key, and you need both. And when you read the diary, the trigger will be set for the quest. There you go. And that's number one. That's the first way if you want to start the quest early or whenever you want to start it. Well, you can really start any time you want just by reading the book. You could pick the book up at the beginning of the game, of course, and not read it till later, till you feel you're ready to do the quest. But I put that Thalmor there if people wanted to not wait until the Esbern questline and the main Dragonborn questline. And if we go to the embassy now, this is the other way. If you were playing the main quest, how you would activate the enemy of my enemy. Sorry, there's a bit of a delay here. Here we go. Okay. And there is my character in the chair that I've added to the embassy. Just going to kill them all off. Right, let's again take the key and the diary. Don't forget the key, or you can't access the door. And away we go. And now we're going to go to Northwatch Keep exterior in a sec. And when I actually go through the stages of the fort, I'm just going to waffle a bit. Oh, this is an important bit. Make sure you change your settings on your vocal and on your effects. So you've got your vocal up and some of your effects down. Then you can hear the commander. My mic here, when I'm recording this, is a lot stronger and better in this HD movie maker from Microsoft. But in the CK, the mic isn't so loud. I mean, I don't know why. It's a piece of software issue or whatever. So obviously my commander's voice isn't great, and I'm not the best voice actor anyway. I tried to make him dour and serious, fitting for the occasion. But I did put if anyone out there with a good voice acting skills want to take that challenge on and revoice this mod, I'd be quite happy with that. But I'm just going to show you quickly. This is part of the people of Skyrim 2, and this is just another part of the Civil War. Little things like this you'll find. This is a book on one of the Nord warriors that's gone off on a wildcat mission, really, never to come back, and you can look at that for yourself. Just adds little points of interest from, well, within the people of Skyrim. So I'm going to kill all these Thalmor off. Don't worry, they respawn within 4 game hours. 4 daytimes in game hours. Obviously because they're needed and required for later quests within the vanilla game. I kept this door simple and out of the way for a reason. There's a good reason why I've done that, and again just kept it a simple portal door, not overcomplicated it. I could have put some ivy or something around it or whatever, but I wanted it out of the way where it wouldn't interfere with any pathing or cause any complications. That's always my first and major concern. Here we're looking at frames per second. I've got around 50 plus frames per second on this island. It's an interior cell, so you should have no performance issues. So I'm just showing you that. I haven't gone with LODs. Well, I went with object LODs, but I haven't really gone with all the LODs for the trees and everything, because it's a small island, because I want to save, I'm trying to save every amount of or bit of juice for the combat, because obviously you're fighting a lot of enemies in this, and I've got a lot of people moving around as well, NPCs. So I've been tactical and I've used the trees really to cover up the distance somewhat. So if you notice that, that's deliberate, because I want to save all the juice for the game and for the fighting. So I'm going to be quiet in a sec, because we're going to be talking to the Luga commander. But I'm just going to pick up this diary, because this gives you more backstory of what's going on. Okay, and you can read that at your leisure. And then we're going to engage this guy, and make sure you pick the first option from the list of choices when you speak to him, which is quite a gathering. I see Imperials and Stormcloaks stand side by side, while in the cloaked world we have left behind, they continue to fight each other by design. The hand of the Thalmor. These creatures seek the destruction of all. They do not just want us beat, they want our species eradicated. There is a way into the fort. We know this as the Thalmor have our scout corpses hanging on the walls. We must breach the defences and open that gate. It is no small task. Find the secret entrance, open the gates for our forces, and hold until we can storm the castle. I know you will succeed. I was passing the Western Watchtower with a prisoner transport the day you slayed the dragon. What is a man to flame and claw? Good luck, Dragonborn. Okay, so there you go. That's the first encounter with the commander, and I'm just going to show these embers here. They seem to be quite popular with people, but it's a very good mod. That's HD embers. Okay, and we're going to run on to the first clue here, and it is a clue. It's not directly where you'll gain access to the fort. This marker is a clue, and this is, again, as I said in the other video, I do things, and I'm going to do things different from the, just follow your nose Bethesda quests. You're going to have to work with this new quest in 2020. It will be like this, where you'll be put close to clues, or clues, the actual, what you actually require will be around you or close to you, or needs finding. It's not going to be, you're not going to be led directly to it. That's not really adventure to me, or questing. I mean, I know sometimes with such things it become frustrating because you can't find them. I know I sometimes feel that too, but that's sort of part of it. It's better than always being led totally by the nose to everything, I think. So I think I will probably do my next quest in this vein. So we're in the fort now. Now, if you want to access the Imperial and Stormcloak troops straight away, kill this guy. This guy has a trigger on him, which once he's killed, will even though the portcullis is open, will now enable supporting troops. So then they come. Let's get on with the fighting. I just cut that there. I just want you to see that. So now you've got Luger and Commander Luger and some Stormcloaks and some Imperials coming to aid you in this first stage of fighting. And the fort is cut into stages of fighting, and this is the first stage. Okay, and in this little square area are 2 other stages, and you want to see another stage there. Did you see in the background? I've just hit a trigger that's now. I'm going to run over. There we go. That triggered those 3, or is it 3 or 2 there? 2 there. Sorry. So these 2 were just triggered by moving into that trigger area, and so you have spawns from NPCs that die, and from basic triggers laid within the area that you're moving into.
Need something?
Well done, Dragonborn. Now sweep through the courtyard and lower grounds with my men. I will cover your rear. So follow the commander's orders and clear the ground, and Imperial and Stormcloak troops will spawn with you in the different sections. Now you saw the section on the other side, on your right hand side. Now the left hand side, the same trigger applied, type applies. You check these cages and you're going to trigger another little group over in the far corner, or if you anywhere around this area, this trigger will trigger these little guys here. You then take out these guys and start shifting through the fort, and the same principles apply all the way through the fort. Don't run through the fort all in one go unless you want to have fun, where your game might freeze, or you'll have arrows doing Matrix style going, real slow like. Excuse me, sorry, I'm drinking some tea. If you sort of deploy and deal with each ground stage as it was meant to be, you'll have a fulfilling. There now you've just hit the trigger for the group within this fort, within the second phase of the fort. Okay, and you can see all the action going on here, explosions and stuff, traps set, things like that. I'm just going to go back and finish this guy. I want my troops to come forward with me, rather than be divided, because that's another tactical thing I've done here, which you'll see later within the top tiers and middle tiers of the fort. I've put spawns everywhere, because what I say is I've put spawns everywhere. The spawns are more tactical, so they divide troops, so it's harder for you in a different way. Even though you have less Thalmor, you have less support. You see what I'm saying? So this whole combat scene has been well thought out, and I've made it to work as best as I can in the most challenging way. And it becomes, I'll be honest with you, for me, I find I get tired by the end of it, because it's quite intense. I've got lots of cheats here and lots of potions. And for me, I find it incredibly intense having all this aiding me, by the time I get to the end of this. Now, this guy's about to be killed, and you're going to see he's now going to trigger the Thalmor NPC there. And when you kill him, he then triggers the next set of ground forces. Okay, you'll see it in a sec, and you'll see it off in the background there. That's one face, right now. Now watch his death. Now watch what happens here. Here we go. Here's the next phase, and you've got your own troops coming in there. So that's the next phase. And this ground phase is all about mass combat. Where your main troops will be holding the fort, even though you still have a lot on the turrets within the fort itself, in the walkways. So, and whenever you see the Thalmor in the judiciary outfit, they will trigger the next phase, along with a couple of these other guys, general fighters as well. So, because once we get off the ground level, everything is then triggered by NPCs. Okay. And what here we go. Now I've killed the last Thalmor on this ground level, and now we get this guy class come again. We kill him. Now the turrets have become active there. You saw that. I'm shifting through because you get the idea. I'm now going to head up to the turrets. Oh, sorry. No. We get some on the turrets, and we get this guy here. Sorry. He is, forgive me, this is a complicated stage, this bit we've moved into. So, We killed off the last at the back end of the fort. Sorry, this guy turns up with the troll, the last remaining ground combatant or courtyard combatant. Sorry, and then we move into the towers and the rest of the fort. Okay, here we go. Right, your supporting groups spawned. Not many at this stage. And here they are, they're at the top. We now move to the top. And we start fighting these guys. And obviously I've had to edit and cut out. I mean, this is a long combat and in a big quest. It's about an hour or so. So, you know, I've had to cut and paste here and edit, obviously. Or I'd have a video that would go on for ages. As it is, it's about 20 minutes long. So, okay. So now... you've killed off people around you, and if you think you're done, you're not. It's just that the enemies are more spread out now. The battle has changed from full ground force combatants to what's now remaining, and of course anyone down defending the fort would be acting more tactically with less numbers, with a superior force against them. So that's the mindset here now. You're going to have smaller skirmishes and other stuff go on to test you. And of course you're going to have to locate the enemy, because they're going to be looking to pick you off more with arrow and here's some more down in the courtyard. I'm just going to kill these off now because I want to get to the next stage and get this done, because otherwise, like I say, I will be going on forever. So the whole combat scene, it's been tactically put together, and it takes a lot of endurance. You know, with what you're carrying, that there's not many places to hide. The battles now are all over the fort, or you know, the NPCs will move around and hunt you as well. It might take a bit of time to locate them. So everything now has changed from the courtyard battles. The whole feel of it has changed. Even though it's less intense with numbers, it's now intense in a different kind of way. And like I say, I found this quite an interesting mod, really. Now I've tidied it up, I feel even a little bit more happier with it. And there's still a couple other things I probably need to touch up as well. But yeah, after a lot of years, really, I've had it out for a long time, and I should have done this a long time ago. But like I say, I'm ambitious and I've got so much going on. And again, I did put this out before I should have, because like I say, I didn't think I was going to have a PC. So anyway, that's that. Now we get to it. Now the last guy's been killed. He's now triggered, or should in a minute, any second now. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. We're going to kill off the last few combatants, foot soldiers, if you will, and then we're going to have the last high-level Thalmor come at us. So I'm just going to kill off all remaining combatants, and he's going to kick in, and we're going to cut out. Yep, we're going to kill him. Okay. And come on, just get it over with. Alright, okay, let's finish him off. Okay, and then you'll see the next stage of the quest advance. Now, let's get off and see the commander and speak to him. He should be waiting by the main gate. And there are, like I say, this is basically what you would see as a Holocaust scene. If you read the diary about the Thalmor's attitude and their improprieties to everything, this is what this is all about. So it's not meant to be pretty. You know, it's meant to highlight the ignorance and savagery of the insane, really. But anyway. Over. No, Dragonborn. It has just begun. The battle for Crystal Island is over. The battle for the races begins. Yes, indeed it will. This is gold, Dragonborn. Thank you. The Thalmor's wrath will know no bounds after what has happened here today. So much death. What can men do against such reckless hate? At least we have the Dragonborn, an equalizer to this evil, I hope. Indeed, today's victory would have not been possible without you. For that I am grateful, Dragonborn. Maybe we will meet again, one day. Yeah, so there you go. That is the enemy of my enemy. And the final bit really is your prize. Waiting in the tent at the old Imperial camp. Okay. So we're just going to head down there now. And we're going to pick up your rewards. You can see those for yourself. You've now got an exit available to you in a minute, which you'll see. I'm going to leave all that and don't need that. Okay, going to have a quick read of the Commander's Diary. Not the Commander's Diary, sorry, his note. Thanking you for your support. And obviously he'll be back in the future episodes or the future quest. And we're off to Riften. We're going to take the boats back to the ship and the ship back to Riften. Yeehaw. And there is the enemy of my enemy. I hope you like it and I hope it makes sense to you. I do advise that you go stage by stage and clean out the areas as you go along. Unless, of course, you want to have some fun. And I'm Nesbit. I'll let you enjoy the music. You're the people of Skyrim. Good gaming.